KRPRC official channel. Today we are at Termas for round one of the Moto 3, of the Moto 3 championship, Moto 3 class. So, obviously, as you can see, we only have 6 riders at the minute, because this weekend is clashing with a lot of the riders as real life racing. So, we do have a bit of a limited numbers today, but everyone's who is available has turned up and is ready to race. So there's a few names you might recognise from last season. Let's have a look at Mikey. So let's go through the riders one by one on the team. So we have Tom on board the Squadra Course Simoncelli team. And then IQ, Hand of God, which is his teammate. Mason Roth on the CF Moto Aspar team. Mikey on the MLAV bike. And Henry on the CF Moto as well. And also we have Kalen, which was the commentator from last season, the Moto 3. So, another familiar face. So there's not really going to be much to talk about at the minute. Because it's just waiting to see what times everyone can do, etc. So just waiting for a couple of minutes now to see what times everyone does. So I'll just let you sit here, and we'll jump on board with Mikey for a bit. Apologies everyone, I am on mute. So yeah, that's why you couldn't hear me for the past I don't know how long, because I've been on mute, so apologies. But I don't know how much of you heard of what I was talking about, but Kaelin's just gone on pole with he did have a 143.1, but he did improve then down to a 42.7, so he's improved a couple of tenths. As we see, just coming into the hairpin now down the back straight. But yeah, like I said, there's not really. Kaelin is just. But yeah, there's not really much going on at the minute, just because everyone's getting used to their bike, tuning their setups, changing tyres, putting more fuel in, etc. So there's not really much action going on at the minute, other than people just setting laps. So apologies if it does get a bit quiet at times through this qualifying session, but I'll try and keep talking as much as I can. Ooh, Henry's just wide going onto the grass there. So Mikey is. Oh, okay. So Henry's right behind Mikey. So Mikey and Henry cross the line at the same time. Mikey does a 143.1. So the time that Kaelin have just done. Mikey has just done a lap. So I'm surprised Henry haven't put a lap in yet. He's had 6 minutes now to set a base lap at least. So I think Henry might be the only one not to set a lap. Henry running his real life replica helmet. Looks very nice. Goes nice with the bike. Let's see what other people are running. Let's go from Tom. So Tom has just got this yellow number 2 and a yellow RI helmet. So it's pretty nice. Stands out with the bike. Looks, matches pretty well as well. IQ, number 11, I think. Yeah, number 11 with the red boots and red gloves, and also the red aero helmet. Mason Roth running the number 36, I believe. I think it's the Joan Mir replica number. So Mikey, what's Mikey running? Oh, and Mikey goes down. Red 32 with red Dainese leathers. It's pretty clean. Goes nice matches with the bike. Yeah, we've seen Henry and Kaelin. Oh yes, Kaelin's running the light blue 22 and the Pedro Costa special helmet replica. So yeah, looks very clean. Goes nice with the bike. So it's nice to see everyone is taking either real life inspiration or their their helmets with their own tweak. So as Kaelin and Mikey just pull into the pits, and Henry has just crossed the line to do a 42.3. So yeah, he's gone pole by 4/10, I want to say, or just under 4/10, about 3/10, and yeah, just about 3.5 tenths. So that's a good start lap. Well, I say start lap. That's a good lap from Henry, just to kind of put himself in a safe position almost. So Kaelin and Mikey have got to work a bit now to try and get closer to Henry. So as Henry comes through the first 2 splits, he doesn't seem to improve. He's just on the grey sectors 1 and 2. We jump on board now, looking at his helmet. So Kaelin, I think, is coming into the pit, so he's letting Mikey pass. He's looking for a toe off Mikey, so I think Kaelin thinks that Mikey's got a bit more pace than him, so we'll see what Kaelin and Mikey can do to try and stop Henry from getting another pole position as he did last season. So if you are looking out for some... Oh, Kaelin's getting really close to the back of Mikey. So if you are looking for some, familiar faces who raced last season, the majority, well, I say the majority, a couple of them have moved up to Moto 2. So, bear with me, I'll just... So I think... I want to say 3 or 4 riders from last season in Moto 3 have moved up to Moto 2. So, so we have George, who raced last season on the KTM Moto 3 bike. He's gone up to the CF Moto Aspar team. Charlie, who obviously was on the KTM last season, has gone up to the Ital Trans team. Myself, I've gone up to the Ital Trans team as well. Yeah, so there's 3 of us, and Joe as well had a wild card in Jerez. So Joe is now signed for the Elf Mark VDS racing team in Moto 2. So he's definitely one to watch next season. Well, tonight I say, after this race, because I think he's got something up his sleeve that no one expects him to be honest. Because of his performance in Jerez, I think it was kind of, yeah, I think he's definitely going to be towards the front. As we see Henry now just waiting for Kaelin and Mikey. So Kaelin's leading this little train we have going on here. So Henry is looking for that toe off Mikey and Kaelin. So what can we see? The top 3 at the minute are together on track. So this can definitely get interesting. As Mikey just sits up to let past Henry. So I think Mikey wants to get a toe off Henry. So they don't want to lead. They do not want to let each other pass, so they are trying to look for the toe. So 1 minute and 50, 1 minute and 40 left in this session now. So as these boys cross the line, Kaelin's now waiting. This is where the mind games start. So who is going to lead onto the last lap for one more lap? Who will it be? Oh, Henry pulls in. Henry's pulling in. No, it's just Kaelin and Mikey there. So Kaelin's just going for it now. So, someone's just gone down. Let's see if Kaelin or Mikey now can take pole off Henry on the last lap. So into 2, back down a couple of gears, sling the Moto 3 bike in. Nice lines from both of them, exactly the same line actually from both of them. Power fast down into turn 3, up, well, I'd say up or onto the back straight, the fast back straight. And Mikey is up on his time with Kaelin's grey sector, so Mikey can jump in front of Kaelin at the minute. Kaelin runs a bit deep and Mikey runs a little bit deep. So coming around the fast turn 6, flat out in 6th gear on these Moto 3 machines. And then back down to a 2nd or 3rd for this right-hander in the long lap section. Oh, Mikey just gains a lot of time in on the brakes than Kaelin, but Kaelin's taking he's taking less entry speed and more exit speed. So Mikey's still up on his time. Will he be able to jump Kaelin for P2? Tom is also improving at the minute. As he comes into turn 5, just coming towards the fast. Oh, Kaelin's up on his time as well. So as they just come now into the last corner, can anyone improve? So Kaelin crosses the line and does improve, but not close enough to jump Henry, and Mikey does improve as well, but still not enough to jump Kaelin or Henry. So I think now it's just Tom and IQ Hand of God left on laps. So Tom is 3.9 seconds off Henry. I think that's off Henry. That's either off Henry or IQ Hand of God. And when time goes on, I think that might be IQ. So that's his qualifying session over. Now it's just left to Tom as he's coming into the last corners. See if he can improve and jump his teammate for 5th position. As he just comes round the final corner and crosses the line. He does improve. So, we have Henry Mark on pole position for round 1 here at Termas in the Moto3 class. So, Henry taking another pole position as he did last season. We have Kalen on the Liqui Moly KTM in P2. Mikey rounding off the front row on the MLav bike. Mason Roth, IQ Hanagon and Tom. So we just have 2 rows at the minute, so it's pretty evened out. But yeah. So we'll just jump to the grid at the minute, but I think we might have someone joining. So we did have one rider who didn't make the qualifying start, which was HP. So just waiting on confirmation whether he is actually going to make pit lane exit. So just waiting for a couple of minutes just to see while everyone gets their setup and stuff ready. So if there is no reply by the time everyone's ready, there will be a official race start and the official grid confirmation. So okay, so HP is going to make the start, so we will have to restart the lobby. So
Formation lap complete, and riders are lined up on the Termas front straight. Just a few more seconds, and we'll get going in the Argentine Grand Prix.
So as they all have their practice start, can now quit the session. So Kalen, we are restarting the lobby for HP as he did actually make the end of the timer for the restart. So we are just waiting for him to ready up, and we will sort the grid order in just a moment. So if you guys just bear with me for 2 seconds while I sort the grid out. So I'll have to just restart the grid. Just bear with me. So we have Henry on pole, Kalen in second, Mikey in third, Mason Roth in fourth, IQ in fifth, Tom in sixth, HP in seventh, and we are all good to go. So Hello, Brad. How you doing? Good to see you in the comments watching. So, obviously, I know Moto3 race hasn't started yet, but stay tuned for a bit later on. At 8 o'clock, we have the Moto2 class out on this track, which is definitely going to be an exciting one because there's a lot of new riders and a lot of familiar faces, so it's definitely going to be a close and good race. Same as this one, really. This race is going to be very close, considering there was only a second between the top four, I think it was, so it's definitely going to be close. So just wait for everyone to ready up. So we're just waiting for Henry to ready up, and then we can get round one of the Moto3 class underway. So, yeah, see, oh, Henry's just unreadied at a minute. Just wait for Henry to ready up. Henry, yep, seems to be Henry, he's readied up, so we are all ready to go racing here at Termas, so let's get started. So as we now pan across to Henry Mark on pole position, on board the CF Moto, looking across to Kaylan and Mikey. And further back we have the, all British grid, so let's see who can get the best start if the lights are out. Who gets the best start? Kaylan seemed to have a really good start with Mikey on a little wobble off of the line. Into turn one now, all clean, boys. As we switch to helicopter cam, oh, Mason Roth and Mikey kind of got to seem to have some sort of contact. As Henry, Mikey's actually, Kaylan's getting really close to the back of Mikey there. And Henry picks up his first warning straight away. So does HP and Mason Roth. HP now making he's just dropped back a couple of more. So as Henry pulls back to the left side of the circuit to get Mikey out of his slipstream. Coming into turn 4, I want to say. 5, sorry. The heaviest braking corner on the track. As you now look back on Henry Mark, we have Mikey, just clipping the green on the inside. We have a little bit of a battle going on already straight away. Oh, no, he's gone down. That's IQ, and Mason Roth's been taken out as well. And they seem to be bunching up a little bit more here at the front, as Mikey is now looking to make a move on Henry. And Henry runs just a little bit wide, that allows Mikey just to slip up the inside. As we jump now on board with Kaylan. He's taking the wider entry, trying to square. Oh, Henry's just looking at the inside. And sits Mikey up just a little bit. Just holds him off on the outside as we start lap 2 already. As now we're coming into turn 1. Henry's just looking to hold him on the outside, and he does. Kaylan's now up the inside of Mikey and Henry, so they're 3 wide going into turn 3. Turn 2, sorry. Kaylan takes the tighter line and has them both and cuts across of Mikey's nose to take the lead onto the back straight. So Kaelin's now quite vulnerable at the minute because he'll have two riders in his slipstream. So as they gaining, Henry pulls to the left. Mikey looking up the inside. Is he going to go? Yes, he's going to go for it. And they both double whammied him. Oh, Mikey just sits Kaelin up. Kaelin gets the cut back on Mikey. As now we look a bit further back. IQ and Mason Roth. Mason Roth just lining him up the inside. Can he go? Oh, Mason Roth's gone very wide. I have no clue what happened then. HP has made a really good start, making up 3 positions already on lap 2. So as the front 3 stay the same at the minute, they're all bunched out quite a lot, except for these front 3, so... So, as we coming into turn 13, Kaelin now just lining a move up on Henry. Okay, Henry Mack just a bit wide onto the green, gaining another warning. Kaelin now just staying on the outside, looking to switch up the inside. Can Kaelin make a stick, just clipping the curb? Yes, he can. And so can Mikey? No. Mikey will now have the run down into turn 2. Can he go up the inside? No. So, if you come back onto the back straight, Kaelin leading once again. Will we see Henry and Mikey go do the same thing as they did last lap? And do a sandwiching basically down into this hairpin. Or as they just touching, coming on into the braking zone. Who will brake later? Henry tries to hold him on the outside, but Kaelin will have the inside line. Is it side by side now? Very close racing here. Oh, Kaelin just looking to try and cut back to Henry's inside, but sticks it up on the outside. He's going to go up. Yes, Mikey's going to come through as well. Sits Henry up. Henry just running a little bit wide. Mikey just lining Kaelin up once again in his slipstream down into the last corners. Pulls to his left. Is he going to stick it on the outside? He's going to try and cut back to the inside. So just at the halfway point of the race really. Well, not yet. But halfway on this lap we will be at the halfway point. So this is where everyone's tyres will start to drop off a bit, and we will see who can. Then we will see the difference in racecraft as Henry looks to be going up the inside of Mikey. Did Henry make a stick? Yes, he did. Mikey will have the cutback and the run onto the back straight. This is allowing Kaelin to pull away by a couple of tenths, but these two are gaining on Kaelin now into the braking zone. Ooh, Henry looks to be a little bit wide. Can Mikey slip up the inside? No. So coming into the long lap loop area, all tight, very close together as they've been for the past 4 laps. So I'd say now we're at the half point of the race. So Mikey just getting really close to the curb on the outside there. Oh, Henry's gone down. Henry's just gone down. I think he's just had a bit of a high side coming out of turn 10. Just clipping the inside curb and is losing the rear. So Henry has just gone down and lost a lot of time to Kaelin and Mikey. So I think that might be Henry out of the battle for the win, to be honest. HP is very close behind Henry. So can HP take advantage of Henry's mistake and try and capitalise on where he can. Oh, as I say that, HP's gone down. So commentators cursed. HP has just gone down, and I think Tom and Mason are going to, Oh, on high IQ is gone. So Mason is now behind HP and Tom. As you see, Mason at the back quite often last season, towards middle of the race, but then the last few laps he seems to pick each rider off one by one and gain a few positions. So let's see if Mason can get up to about 4th here. So as we switch back to the front, Kalen is still leading. How close is Mikey? Mikey's still a couple of tenths off, so he's still got a bit of work to do if he wants to try and catch the leader and take charge of this race. Kalen also with no warnings, and Mikey has 2. Oh, Mikey just on the inside curb there, taking a lot of risk and a lot of pressure on that front tyre. Someone's gone down. Who is it? I think it might have been Tom. Yeah, Tom's gone down again, I think. Yeah, Tom's gone down again. And Tom's gone. Mason Roth has crashed as well. So as we start, well, coming to turn 1 for lap 6, just 3 laps left of this Moto3 race. So let's see if Mikey can make any time up on Kalen. At the minute, I don't think he has, by the looks of the gap, because I can't see the gap for some reason. But yeah, I think there's not long left for Mikey to try and gain some time on Kalen, and it's definitely going to be hard with the pace they're running at. So unless Kalen makes a bit of a mistake and runs a bit wide, or clips the grass, then I don't think Mikey's going to be able to catch and pass him, as they're both running what looks to be the a similar pace. So also I see Henry lurking in the background as well. He's 4.3 seconds off of Mikey, I want to say. I think it's a bit of an ask for him to catch these two now at the front. So just coming into the dreaded turn 9 with a massive curve on the inside, where Henry made his mistake about 2 laps ago, I want to say, or lap 5. And obviously has cost him the fight for the win in this race. So just coming round to start lap 7. This will obviously put Kalen in the lead of the championship at the minute, but it's far too early to think about the championship. So he will know as he just clips the inside curve and runs a bit deep there. That will give Mikey some confidence. So Mikey will be thinking, oh, win it or bin it. So will he push and try and catch Kalen to take the win, or will he just sit and take second place for his first official race? So HP with his first race, also in 4th. Mikey seems to be a lot closer to the back of Kalen since we looked last time. So I don't know if Kalen's made a mistake or Mikey's just gained an incredible amount of time on him at the minute. I think Kalen might be conserving his tyres just for these last 2 laps, just to try and hold a steady pace, where I think Mikey now will be trying to use all of his tyres and make some time up on Kalen. Kalen's still yet to receive a track limits warning, where Mikey has received 3, so has Henry received 4. He just gained another one, so yeah, so Mikey is definitely a lot closer to Kalen now, coming on to lap 8. Coming on to turn 1. Keelan is sideways every lap into turn 1. His front wheel is folding and then he just corrects himself back onto the curb. So he'll be using a lot of tyre doing that, sliding the bike. So he has to be careful about doing that if he wants to have a little bit of tyre left for the last lap, if anything comes of it with Mikey. So he's definitely going to have to be careful about using that tyre. Can't see what tyres are actually on either, so if I can, so we jump on board with Mikey, see if he can. Yeah, he's significantly closer to Kayla now since we did have a look last lap or the last 2 laps. So will he be close enough to try and make a last lap push and try and... Oh, he's just very close to the green on the inside there. Oh, he gets a bit sideways and out of shape coming around turn 8. So I don't think, actually, unless he's, around on the back of him coming into the last corner, I don't think he's going to have enough pace to push and try and catch him and actually battle for the win. So I think if Kaylan can, ride the bike sensibly and take care of the tyres, and I think this race is his to lose. So let's jump on board with Kaylan now. Looking at his arse. So down into turn 1, and Henry does have 4 warnings, so he needs to be careful of that, because HP, how far is HP? If we jump on board with HP and then Henry, I think it might be a bit too far for HP to snatch a first podium, so yeah. So jumping back on board with Mikey now on, as I say, Henry has picked up a long lap, so I think he might be okay with the distance between HP, but if HP sees that Mikey's got a long lap, he might have a last lap push just to try and gain that last podium spot. So as we are now on the last lap, coming into the long lap area for the final time for round 1, we have Kaylan leading going into turn 9. Nice and clean, touching no curbs, taking no risk whatsoever, just sensibly riding the bike. As Mikey picks up another warning, so this is Kaylan's race. So coming into the final corners, Kaylan will take victory at Termas for round 1 in the KRPRC Moto3 Championship. Well done, Kaylan. Good race with Mikey in second. Henry marking third after an unfortunate crash early on. HP in his debut race looks like he's going to finish in 4th. And Mason Roth finishing in 5th. Obviously, we had a couple of DNFs, Tom and IQ. But, yeah, obviously they scored no points, so DNF for them boys. But, yeah, overall, good race. Good to see Mikey and Henry carrying on their performance from last season. So, as we just confirm the times. So, we have Kaylan, your winner. With his fastest lap of a 1:42.7, so still a good fast lap for a race time. With Mikey in second, Henry rounding off the podium, HP in 4th, and Mason Roth and Henry taking fastest lap of the race. So Henry definitely had a little bit more left in the tank. I think he could have maybe took it to Mikey and Kaylan, but obviously made a mistake. Couple of laps in, which put him out early. So, yeah. So, we will now move on to the interviews. I will get Kaylan and Henry in as Mikey is on Xbox. So, So we just wait for Henry to join the party and we can interview Henry and then hopefully Caelan. So as we just wait for Henry, we'll crack on with Caelan's interview. So Caelan,
Hello, buddy.
well done on taking the first win of the KRPRC Season 2 Moto 3 class. So obviously you led most of the way. Had a little scrap with Henry and Mikey early on. Kind of had a little not a play about, just had a battle with them, hit the front, and then kind of led from there. Just did you settle into your own pace, or did you just manage your tyre?
Well, basically, obviously for the first 2 laps, I was trying to stick behind Henry and Mikey, obviously, at the front as they were scrapping. I didn't really want to get in between them just in case there was any argy-bargy. But, coming up to the last, I think it was last 3 laps, I was struggling with the tyre. And coming around the uphill and downhill before the final corner, I had a bit of a moment, so I just tried to stick on pace with my tyres, really.
Yeah, we did see as you coming into turn 1, you were sliding a lot. So I did think that you might be using a lot of tyre, and you did look like you were struggling a little bit just with the tyre wear. So, but
definitely.
Yeah, well done on taking your first win.
Thank you, much appreciated. See you all next round. I just want to say thank you for everyone joining in, and have a good one.
Good luck. Right, so as we now move to Henry, who finished 3rd on the podium, took fastest lap. Unfortunately, went down quite early on. How would you describe your race, Henry?
Yeah, it was a good race to start off with. It was a little pack, me, Caelan, and Mikey. But unfortunately, coming out, I don't know what turn it was, through the chicane, had a little moment,
Yeah.
had an off, which was unfortunate as well. But I tried my best to catch him back up during the race, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, I did see you a little tip off into turn 9 coming up over the hill. Was it a high side, or did you clip the curb? Or
Well, I think I went in too early trying to overtake Caelan.
Right.
So I hit the curb, it sort of flicked off.
Nah, right. Yeah.
To the ground, so it's unfortunate, but it's we move on.
Yeah. So obviously even though you had a crash, you still managed to bring home 3rd place. So well done, and we look forward to seeing what you can do next round.
Can I just say one thing as well? Well done, Henry. Congratulations on P3, bro.
Thank you, Caelan. Thank you, Mogsy.
No worries. Right, so that's the end of the Moto 3 class racing for tonight. As we move across to the Moto 2 class at 8 o'clock now in 15 minutes, where qualifying will start and Caelan will be commentating. So if you're interested in watching more racing, then stay tuned and join on to the next stream. Cheers.